Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. I appreciate all your support so much. We are fewer than 50 from that 12,000 that we want to get to before the season. Thank you to everyone who's smashing the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been commenting. I've seen the comments. I do go through them all, who are shouting out the channel and encouraging other people, say, hey, this is the channel worth your subscription. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's dig in. We got a feel good for you, right? We cover a lot of drama. Unfortunately, the WNBA is a messy place, but we got a feel good for you as well. The Caitlin Clark Foundation partnered with Hy-vee to donate over $300,000 to Feeding America, a U.S. hunger relief organization, which is, I mean, this is awesome. And, she does a lot locally, which I think is amazing. There's a food bank in Iowa. In the Midwest, we know she's done tons with schools, with books, and then with the all-purpose futsal courts and things like that. So Caitlin Clark and her foundation are once again partnering with Hy-vee to give a six-figure donation to combat food insecurity. I tell you, language really has changed. Food in food insecurity. I'm gonna go with it. It's a little bizarre to me, but hey, officials from Hy-vee and the Caitlin Clark Foundation presented a $300,802 donation to the nonprofit organization Feeding America on May 6th. The donation comes after a roundup campaign held in March across all Hy-vee stores where customers could donate at checkout to local Feeding America partner food banks. One thing I want to point out in looking at this that I did see, because I get this is a concern nowadays. Obviously, nonprofits have become huge business, and to the point where we've seen enough problems where people are like they're hesitant to donate to a nonprofit that they don't necessarily know really well. I think there's probably even companies out there that like give you ratings on nonprofits and this and that. And so of course someone asks like, well, how much goes to overhead and how much actually goes into feeding people? And it's quite high. I forget the exact number, so I may have this wrong, but I mean, I know it's 90+% that actually goes. For some reason, 96 slips in my head. I thought I had it here, but I don't. And so it really does, the money does get to actually feeding people who need it. Okay. Just so you know, I think that's important nowadays because we know there's a lot of nonsense out there. And in this case, it's going to 18 Feeding America partner food banks across the Midwest, which is awesome. It's apparently they've partnered with the foundation as well that bring back Clark's very own Hy-vee cereal, and the proceeds from the cereal are going to go to the foundation, not to Caitlin Clark, to the foundation. So for those who didn't know this, Clark signed an NI deal with Hy-vee in October of 2021. 2021. So right, we're going way back. That's early in her sophomore season. And then somebody released a limited edition Gatorade bottle featuring the Indiana Fever Stars likeness on the front. Wasn't there a Wilson ball too? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. I think there was also like a limited Wilson ball that you could only get at Hy-vee. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But the other thing I really wanted to point out with this, because I think this is cool and it's something I've touched on before. I've said this, you know how, and people assume so much about your politics or my politics. When I say your, I mean any of us who take that stance of, please, can we keep politics out of sports? Our sports, they're entertainment. We love our sports. They're an escape from the crap that we deal with every single day. And one of the things I said, and we've seen it from Caitlin Clark, and I said this before I did some videos on her foundation and donations that she makes, but here's a great example. Here's a great example. I mean, I think I might even said something like this, where I made one said about veterans, and I think I said one about do stuff about homeless is do stuff like this. Like you can do so much good as an athlete in a position like Caitlin Clark. You can do so much good for people if charity work is your thing without it being political, right? Like no one is against helping kids read, right? No one is against putting the all-purpose futsal basketball courts in at schools. No one is against helping feed people who need it, right? Everyone, left, right, like whatever you are politically, everyone can support that. And I think there are so many possibilities with that, that why must athletes get involved in politics in their playing days that it divides people? Why not bring everyone together? Pick something that brings everyone together and also makes a difference, because it absolutely is out there. It absolutely is something that athletes can do. And I've said this over and over and over again. You don't need, as an athlete, you don't need to take political stands. You simply don't need to do it while you're playing. It doesn't make any sense. You're going to piss off half the country, right side, left side, whatever it might be. You're gonna turn away a lot of potential customers. Let me put it that way. So anyway, this is a short one, obviously, shorter than I usually do, but I just thought this was really important because one, I wanted to highlight this stuff being done, because as we know, Caitlin Clark is not out there constantly hooting her own horn about the things that she's doing. She's just doing them. And that, which is another point, athletes, if you want to get involved in something that is sort of political, I mean, make it something behind the scenes. Support a local candidate that you like behind the scenes. Maybe do some stuff for them that doesn't have your face there. I mean, there are things you can do that way as well, which is the point I was kind of making. Like, even with this stuff, Caitlin Clark, while she'll lend her name or maybe even her time to something in order to make that positive impact, she's not walking around tooting her own horn, smacking herself on the back. Look at how great I am. I am doing these absolutely wonderful things for all these people. Aren't I the most amazing person that you've ever met? She just goes about her business, gets things done, has things go. I mean, she talks to the people who runs the foundation, and they come up with places like, hey, let's do this, or what do you think about this idea? And I'm sure that, they get a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever it is from Caitlin, and then they make it happen. And I think that's really cool. And I'll give you a great example. I'm going to leave you with one last example, just as a reminder, because of how it relates to basketball as well. As we found out, I think after the season, man, I can't remember her name now. I don't think she's there anymore. The Indiana Fever, when she talked about how Caitlin Clark behind the scenes lobbied for other players to get paid, bonuses because of the number of fans that were going to the games that involve the Indiana Fever, right? That's the type of person she is. She does that behind the scenes. But anyway, I thought it was important to let people know about this, because Caitlin Clark doesn't really do it. She's not going to let you know. And I wanted to tie it into that whole athletes, celebrities that can make such a huge difference without being divisive and in fact bring people together, which is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for your support. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I really, really do appreciate it. It helps out tremendously. And a video coming soon, hopefully, and say, hey, we hit 12. We hit 12,000. I'll probably do a video just on that. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.